Hello everybody and welcome back to Europa, where we are currently most of the way through this war. And it's gonna be interesting. My ambitions may be better, or maybe more than we can actually get from this war. We'll see. Because here's what I was thinking about doing, right? So we'd go over to Diviet, and we would probably start from the south, end up taking something along the lines of this. Well, that is 100% overextension. Then, we'd come down here, full annex these guys. That's 73% overextension. Then, we'd come in here and take a good chunk out of these guys as well as all of their colonies over here. That's actually the top priority, is we get this over here. Now, we don't have to pay admin here. This doesn't give us overextension. So that's fine. But we definitely want to take everything that they've got in the New World. And then beyond that, I'd like to finish pushing down this little isthmus here, and then grabbing some additional territory on this side of the wasteland. Something kind of like this. That's 257% overextension. This is a lot when you put all that together. Combine that with the fact that we have one admin power right now and 117.5% overextension. I think we need to give up on some of these ambitions. And I think the ambitions that we give up on are as follows. We take nothing from Diviet this war. We take nothing from these guys this war. We content ourselves with taking half of Senwi and a huge chunk out of Ayathaya. I think that's our goal here. So we white piece out Diviet here. Or maybe get like... No, I think we just white piece them. I think we just white piece them. Maybe not even. Would you accept this right now? -5 reasons. Actually... Let's back off over here. Okay. I think that's our plan here. It's just too much overextension. We'd be looking at... I mean, as it is, we're looking at like 350% overextension for a little while, right? So, it's a lot. We've already got these revolts happening. Now, the fact that these are already happening does help us. That's for sure. Because that means that these areas are going to have a pretty long cooldown before they can revolt again. I believe it's 10 years. So that will be helpful. Oh, this is great. I like it. Sure. So we're going to bring this army down and start dealing with some of these rebels. Okay. We need a little bit more war score here. That much is clear. They would now accept this. We are going to have so many rebels from doing this. I was hoping we'd get a little more than this, but honestly, this is going to cost us 1,500 admin power right here. It's a lot of overextension. Okay, I want to check over here. These need to be flipped over to the correct colonial nations. That may help things for us. So let's go ahead and flip this over to Cuba. I believe all of these should go to Armenia and Mississippi, so we're going to flip all of those over. Now that will help us in terms of the overextension numbers. It will still be a lot, that's for sure. There will still be a lot of overextension from this. So these all flip over to Armenia and Mississippi. They're not our problem. This is all Armenia and Mississippi as well. Okay. So what does that put us at for overextension? 203. So that drops it by about 50%. That also means that we can grab additional territory over here if by some reason we're crazy enough to do so. Which naturally we are. So we're going to do something like this. Okay. It's a lot. It's a whole lot. we're going to have extreme rebels if we do this. And that's an active decision that we'd be making. We can hop into our government reform here and expand our governing capacity by a little bit. That'll help some. But not by a ton. Yeah, pretty spicy stuff there. So, realistically, we're making 14 admin power per month. If we're going to do this, we absolutely need to get somebody who is our accepted culture. This guy is actually -2 national unrest. That's kind of perfect. We're going to grab this guy, promote him up to level 5. We're now making 16 admin power per month instead of 14. And we have -2 national unrest. That will help a lot. Okay, we have a revolt up over here. No real problem there. We'll just head up there and deal with that. And we could technically take a location like out here. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. What else can we do? Release nations. I don't think we want to do that either. Oh. Okay. Yeah, it deselected this stuff when we flipped it, of course. So that, of course, means that we're not going to be able to grab all of this unless we back off over here a little bit, which we will definitely do. Okay. This is the priority. Not the, or rather, not the Asian holdings. I almost said European holdings. This is very definitely Europe over here, guys. That's 100% what's happening here. That's Europe now. Perfect. Okay, so what else can we get? We can actually grab this province. They would not accept that, though. So maybe we should just not. This is only 189% overextension. I say only. Oh, boy. Only 189%. So we're going to be chilling at only 300% overextension here. Well, what could possibly go wrong? Okay, there's a great project here that we can work on. What do we get for this? Aggressive expansion impact. That would be all. Actually, look at that governing capacity modifier. 15%. We are absolutely upgrading that to level 3 when we can. Is it currently level 2? I think it's currently level 2, but we'll definitely bring that up. So it's going to give us 5% governing cap modifier. Let's hop into our governing cap modifier here. Yeah, 4521, not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of rebels. When I say there's going to be a lot of rebels, I mean there's going to be a ridiculous number of rebels. 15.36 national unrest here. Now, we are going to finish up some of these cores soon. This is a very valuable core to make. So is this one. Well, we're going to have to deal with rebels for a good long time. We should immediately begin eliminating some of these rebels. I'm going to grab these guys, are currently force marching southward. We're going to force march them up here instead. Okay. There's going to be a lot of rebels. I can tell you that right now. This is going to be intense. Wait, we just got to crush the revolution, CB? Okay. Interesting. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of separatist sentiments. Okay, I'm going to spread these guys out a little bit. They can start capping over here. They don't need to be quite this tightly grouped together, that's for sure. Are you guys moving? No, you're not. Get up here. Okay. This is going to be a lot. It'll be another month or two before it really starts boiling over. So we're going to have a little bit of time here. Yeah, our overextension is indeed dangerously high. So we need to chill. That's definitely going to be the case. We have... Hello, there we go. We have a couple of revolts here. This is no problem. Okay, and then in Camdo, no problem here either. Consider that done. Cool. Did I not tell you to force march up to here? I feel like I did, but maybe not. Okay, we absolutely want to take tolerance of heretics and heathens here. Purity and peace. Done. Okay, we want to spread these armies out a little bit. There we go. And these guys as well. Cool. We're going to have to do more army spreading, but that's okay. How many rebellions this month? Oh, okay. So they're now revolutionary. Cool. Greek separatists in 4 locations. Not too bad, actually. We're going to head over like so and prepare to deal with them, but we don't have anybody super close. House and separatists out here, no problem. Handled. Lots of separatist sentiment. Let's take a look at our provincial unrest. Yep, that's what I expected to see. I also expect to see a huge particularist faction here. Somewhere. It should be fairly new. None of these are too bad. There it is. Right there. 5 million particularists. Okay. A huge amount of that will be fixed next year. I think we can crush those particularists, if I'm honest. I think we can. More separatist sentiment happening, to be expected. On the month tick, we're going to be able to start coring here, which is incredibly important. We get that going. 3 rebellions this month. One of them already handled. One of them over here, and we'll head in like so. And one over here. No problem. Cool. So we're now at 1388. That's reasonably expected. Okay, so these troops are getting in position. We got a conversion done. That's always good. And we will continue to convert. There we go. More separatist sentiment. We knew this was going to happen when we went this far over. I am now glad, though, that we didn't pursue our original ambitions. That would have been a lot. A whole lot. Like, that would have been way worse than this. So we're keeping an eye out for those particularists. They are currently at 10%. We're expecting them to revolt in 1.0 years. Okay. Hopefully we have some good luck on that. But we'll keep an eye on it. 3 revolts this month. 1 in Genoa. We'll just pop a leader in over here. Is that the leader that I just popped in here? No. Okay. So those are dealt with. Dealt with. And this is a little bit more awkward for us to deal with. I'm going to force march these guys over and then force march these guys over. Cool. And our corruption is currently growing due to our overextension. That is to be expected right now. We are fully rooting out corruption, correct? We are. So this is a lot of overextension. No doubt about that. Wow, that's really laggy. Yeah, that's because the economy tab is open. There we go. Cool. So the particularists are the threat. We need to delay them. That needs to be our goal. How many this month? One here, no problem. And one up here. Okay. We're still heading over to deal with these guys. Okay. So I'm going to force march these and head up there. Sounds good. What else can we do for core? These are all pretty decent in terms of cost, except for this one. So I think that's fine. Cool. So we're going to start getting cores done soon-ish, right? These guys can attack here. Actually, they're heading in here, both of these. So we should group both forces up. How are those particularists doing? Where are you guys at? You're at 30% right now? We could harsh treatment them to delay them by 30%, and I think that's worthwhile right now. Done. So they're back down to 0%. And they're now expected to fire in 1.1 years after we get these two cores done. That's huge. Because they will finish on 15 December of this year. Hopefully our luck holds. And of course we're going to have like roughly 1 million revolts. We expect this. Okay, this is no problem. Cindy Separatists looks good. Buryat Separatists up here are going to be slightly more awkward for us to get to. I'm going to send this force up to deal with them, I think. I'm going to force march these guys and send them up. Okay. We've got a force over here. No problem. Makuan Separatists over here looks good. And Punjabi, there's a decent number of them, but we can just come in like so. Looks good. Okay. Separatist sentiment is to be expected. How are we doing on our unrest now? 1335. Not too bad. There's a conversion finishing. Okay. Our neighbors think that we're the spawn of the devil. I wonder where they could have gotten that idea from. Huh. Okay, fantastic. So we're going to continue crushing rebels here. Only 3 this month. That's surprising. And I'm going to send these 2 in here and then down like that. Okay, we'll send this force over, and otherwise, this looks good over here. We may want to assign a leader here, though. And that was this leader. So we may want to assign a leader here. Okay. Cool. So we're not surprised by these rebels. That's for sure. So we'll get those crushed. No problem. Yeah, we'll deal with these guys in a moment. We need to get these forces over to here. There we go. Khorassani Separatists over here. We'll deal with those as soon as this battle is over. Actually, I'll send this force over. Cornish Separatists. 80,000 of them. So we're going to force march there, and then these guys are going to come there. Hijazi Separatists. 23,000. And Kassanjian Separatists. Looks good. We're going to work on coring here. We're currently working on converting that. So we're going to core here. That'll be fine. Minor inconveniences. Okay. Sounds good. Yep, lots of separatist sentiment. We're down to 1276 now, though, so that's great. We need to check in on those particularists. How are they doing? That's the production interface. Where are the particularists? Have we had good luck or bad luck? Oh, there they were. They're at 20%. Okay. We're probably going to have to... Not this. We're probably going to have to harsh treatment them again. Where'd they go? Here they are. So one more harsh treatment. That delays them again. We're now expecting another 1.1 years. Looks good. How many rebels this month? A lot. This is not at all shocking. Yep, that's a lot of them. Okay, so I'm going to tick forward and let some of these battles finish up over here before we head in. These guys will head over. I'm going to give them a leader quick. Okay. Welsh Separatists down over here as well. Okay, we're going to head down there. We're not in position yet. Sami Separatists, no problem. Wonga Separatists, looks good. Hayiri as well will turn and head up there next. Phoenician Separatists, no problem. Navarrese Separatists, looks good. Hanoverian Separatists, looks good. Orisi Separatists. That's going to be a little bit more complicated to deal with, but actually we can just do something kind of like... Well, we put in a leader there probably, but for now that's probably okay. Uzbek. Down we go. Okay. Looks good. I'm going to move these guys over this direction. Fantastic. So, when are we going to arrive over here? Not for a bit, but now. There we go. So, in we go to fight these Cornish separatists. Beautiful. Okay, how many rebellions this month? We're about to find out. I want to grab this territory back. Cool. Yep, this all looks reasonably fine for the moment. Until... Nine. Okay. So, Breton's up here. No problem. We can just head right in. Scythian Separatists. This is a little bit dicey on the amount of troops. I'm going to assign this leader, and then we'll head in. Kanem-Bornuan Separatists. We are definitely going to head over. Kievian Separatists. We can force march from here. Tunisian Separatists. Easy. Chagatai Khanate Separatists. A little less easy, I'll be honest. But we could just turn and come up here. Okay, no problem in Kinga. Babylonian Separatists. That's a good number of them. I'm going to force march these guys up. And Luban Separatists. That's a good number as well. So we'll pop in this leader and head over. Cool. And we'll attack here. Excellent. Okay, how are things looking up this way? That battle's ongoing. Sounds good. Are they going to cap this? They are. That's unfortunate, but it is what it is. We'll come back for it. Cool. So there's a bunch more rebel victories. How are we doing on the particularists? They are at 10% right now. Okay. They stayed at 10% this month. That's great. How many rebellions? 8. Okay, we've got Finnish separatists down over here. No problem. Bombay separatists. That's a good number of them. We'll head up there with 2 forces. Adalan separatists. Looks good. Funge separatists. Should be okay. Tibetans. We'll head over there. I'm going to bring up a second force to defend, just in case. And we've got Songhaian separatists, Kazakh separatists. We will definitely hit there. And we've got Ryazandan separatists. No problem. Okay, so there's all of those handled. Ish. Handled-ish. Cool. Okay, we will go and attack these Welsh separatists. Looks good. This all appears to be reasonably under control at this time. But we do not want those particularists to spawn, if we can at all help it. There's going to be a lot more separatists, but there won't be all that many particularists, is the important thing. These guys are going to be a little behind. And I was hoping they'd get there before the month tick. Sad. Okay, we've got a bunch of revolts here that we'll need to deal with, of course. Like, this is a whole lot of them that all spawned at once. Okay. I just wanted these guys to make their way there, so we needed to take one more day. This is all fine. We're going to grab these guys, stop them from moving, force march them, and head in. Okay. Moroccan separatists. Easy. There we go. Mutapan separatists. No problem. Pegu separatists. This will probably want a leader for. Separatists right here. No problem. We don't even need two armies here. Frisian separatists. So I'm going to send these guys over force march. Chuvash separatists. No problem. So Permian separatists right here. We'll deal with those in a bit. Ugrin separatists are up in this area. We'll head up there. Additional separatists down here. I'm going to send two forces in. That's quite a number of particularists over here in our, or rather peasants, in our capital region. That's fine. We'll deal with this area a little bit slower. Buhan separatists, we're probably okay here. Kadi separatists look fine. Najidi, no problem. Siberian, we'll deal with those after these guys. No, come on up there. There you go. Parthians. Got him. Tuscans. Shouldn't really be a problem. I'll send these forces down just in case. Kuban. Okay, we'll deal with these guys and head up here. Okay. Morvin is in this area, so we'll head over here. Armenian peasants. Now, we knew that this was a thing. I'm going to send these guys over here. They shouldn't be particularly complicated for us to beat, but we'll head over there. And there's also Karelians over this way, but we already dealt with those. No one, I think... No, we are dealing with these guys. Okay. Looks good. But it is currently time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we are going to get this core done and have our overextension start to drop. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, JJ Gamer, ALS Gamer, Ken2Win, Jens Graham, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Video Games Are Not Real, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.